All right, so I've been meaning to make this video for a while, guys, but my original vision that I was just going to dump everything on you, everything I know about GameStop. Well, I did a practice run the other day, and after 2 hours of ranting about GameStop, I realized it wasn't really the video I wanted to make because it wasn't really the video you guys were going to want to watch, and it wasn't really convincing anyways. So instead, we're going to talk about why in 2025 I believe GME is the ARC. I believe GME is still the idiosyncratic risk. GME is still the asymmetric opportunity. I believe GME as the ARC, as an investment, is going to protect its investors from a great amount of turmoil in the next few years. GME is the idiosyncratic risk. I believe that idiosyncratic means counter to normal logic, and GME displays this very behavior. GME often does not follow the market. It rises as the market falls. It falls as the market rises. And often, instead of GME reacting to the movements of the S&P 500, instead the S&P 500 often reacts to the movements of GME. GME is the asymmetric opportunity. So in investing and in gambling, there are asymmetric opportunities. So these are bets or investments that have a greater than 50% chance of paying off, or these are bets or investments where one party is advantaged over the other. I believe in this case that the advantaged party are long holders of GME. That means buying and holding the stock and direct registering if you're so brave. Why? Why do I believe in GameStop? Well, for one, record profits. GameStop is currently lean and mean. They've undergone a transformation where they have eliminated unprofitable stores, they have revolutionized their online presence, and they have come up with new products and services, and they are posting record profits. As you can see here in 2021 and 2022, it was looking pretty bad. But now we've got 5 quarters in a row profits. And this is an estimation. $101.9 million of profits. That's an estimation. The truth, it turned out being 168.6 million. Now, the stock price was below $30 when the business looked bad, and it's below $30 now that the business looks good. You see how that doesn't really make a lot of sense? You think, you know, assets with fundamentals that improve, their price should improve. Well, that's not what we're seeing in GameStop. Now, there's good reasons for that, called an accumulation phase, but that's something we can get into another time. The next reason I believe GME is the ARC, the idiosyncratic risk, the asymmetric opportunity, is the stock price is the same despite vastly improved fundamentals. We've kind of already gotten into that a little bit. So we looked at the stock price. Look at it, man. It's below 30 bucks. 2022. It's below 30 bucks today. Evidence for abusive shorting still exceeds the number of shares issued. Look at this stuff. Okay. So I'm going to link this whole due diligence in the description so you can check it out for yourself. But this is the takeaway. We've referenced the data from brokers who publish the holdings of their clients. Now, they don't publish them like they say the name and what the person's got. They just say, like, these are the collective holdings of our collective clients. So they take that data and they extrapolate it across the market, even using conservative estimations, the conclusion is that there are vastly more shares of GameStop in the market than are supposed to exist. And it isn't just by a little bit, guys. It isn't just by a little bit. It's by a lot. It's by over 100%. So we've got all of GameStop's issued shares. They're all spoken for. And then there is over 100% more shares that still need to be accounted for in other people's accounts. It's not like, there's people out here that know they're buying fake shares. Everybody thinks they've got a share in their account. But when you add up all the accounts, it's way more shares than are supposed to be there. So, the moral of the story is when you have a situation like this, it's absolutely evidence for systemic abusive shorting. And thus, since the fundamentals of the company have improved so much and the extreme short presence is still there, the stock is still at risk for short squeezes. Furthermore, a warrant dividend has been announced. So GameStop just closed the other day. Announced dividend of warrants to shareholders. So the quick and dirty of this is you're going to get one warrant for every 10 shares of GameStop hold. I hold, whatever. So a warrant is an appreciable asset. It represents the opportunity to purchase GameStop at $32. So you could, turn in your warrant along with $32 and get a share of GameStop. Whether GameStop's at 26 or GameStop's at $100, you still get to buy at 32. Now, this privilege is a warrant. It's an appreciable asset. You can sell it. You don't have to purchase the $32 share of GameStop. You can just sell the warrant, just like any other share. So the moral of this story is everybody who holds GameStop shares is now getting paid just for holding. Well, that sounds great for any investment opportunity, but the really important part of the dividend is that shorts are responsible for paying the dividend. So I already told you, over 100% of the company, this company is worth over $10 billion. And that's just its stock market capitalization, man. It gets so much deeper than that. It's worth so much money. Shorts are responsible for paying the dividend. So what does that mean? Investors short a stock are never entitled to its dividends. So if you're short, you're not entitled to the dividend. And that includes those short a stock on its dividend record date. Rather, short sellers owe any declared dividend payment to the share's lenders. So, whoever you or the shorter borrowed the shares from in order to do the shorting, they now have to provide the dividend. They're now liable for that dividend. And this liability, it extends to not just shorts. It extends to naked shorts. It extends to failures to deliver. Because at the end of the day, those shares are in client accounts and the clients expect their dividends. It doesn't matter how the fake share was generated, whether it was with shorting, which incurs interest, or naked shorting, which sort of doesn't incur interest, or failures to deliver, which doesn't incur interest. They're still liable. Someone is still liable for providing that dividend or cash in lieu. This means that shorts are going to feel tremendous financial pressure in the short term. And when shorts feel tremendous financial pressure, often they close their positions or cover them. And when you're covering or closing a short, you are buying or improving otherwise the value of the underlying. You're having to make bullish trades in order to perform a cover or close. So every short eventually is buying. Now, what happens when the whole world wants to buy 200% of a corporation? Well, the stock price is supposed to go up. I'm just going to say that. And we'll get into more another day.